The latest threat from the Hermit Kingdom. We have Japan's response. The Prime Minister there, Shinzo Abe, strongly condemning the test, calling it a reckless act.
We will coordinate with the international community and strongly demand to step up pressure on North Korea at the UN. Under the strong Japan-U.S. alliance, we will do our utmost to protect people's lives and security with the sense of alertness.
South Korea staging live fire drills this morning in response to this threat. North Korea's UN ambassador placed the blame squarely on the United States. Joining me this morning is Fox News military analyst General Jack Keane. General, it's always terrific to see you, particularly when we have moments of provocation from North Korea like this. Your reaction to this?
Well, clearly, it's a result of the exercise that's taken place between the United States and South Korea, and they're working on actually war plans and how to defeat North Korea if war came to pass. They do this every 2 years, and during this time frame, North Korea always does something provocative to let the United States and South Korea know that they disagree with those exercises. Now, what's different about this one, Dagan, is this is a ballistic missile, first time ever fired over Japan. So clearly, they're sending a message to the Japanese, also to the United States, also to our friends in territory in Guam, etc., that they have significant capability. I believe where they want to go with this, I think they would love to sit down at a negotiating table with us and talk about ending future exercises between the United States and South Korea. Our condition is we're not going to sit down at the table if that's the issue that's on the table. The only reason we'll sit down at the table is you're going to agree to stop ballistic testing, then we'll sit down and talk. But I think that's what the motivation is.
Yeah, that was something that China and Russia were trying to push the United States into. It was kind of a hard ask with a soft offer. It's like if you stop these missile tests, if you stop cooperation with South Korea, that is their demand from us for North Korea. So where does this go from here, General?
I think the United States policy is sound. The President has put Secretary Tillerson and Mattis on a path to, and the Secretary of Treasury on the path of diplomacy, using economic sanctions to squeeze North Korea with the assistance of China. I think that absolutely is the best path. And we're imposing the toughest sanctions we've ever done, and we're ready to do a lot more against China if necessary. So I think we're just going to continue on that path and be very determined to do it regardless of the provocations that the North Koreans are doing.
If we squeeze China through sanctions, secondary sanctions on their financial institutions, for example, is there any way to know how China might react to that if we do take an even tougher line with these institutions like Bank of China, for example?
Yeah, well, I think my own thought process here is we're on a collision course with China anyway, mainly because of their geopolitical ambitions and revising the regional order and the fact that they want to replace the United States as a preeminent global power in the world. So it's inevitable that we're going to clash economically, and hopefully we can avoid clashing militarily.
They need us more than we need them. Can we say that? Because again, it's a tough pull because we're so indebted to China that at the moment the second largest holder of our foreign owner of our bonds, but they need us as a market to thrive.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, the United States cannot go away. The Chinese economy would be in really sad condition if it did. But this is the tool that they always use. They're wedded to us and to their own people economically. You can have capitalism inside China. We're wedded to other countries economically through trade. But leave us alone politically and geopolitically. That is what their argument has been. And this administration is not going to stand for that.
Are we militarily ready? We've covered the problems with some of the Pacific Fleet in the Navy more recently, but are we ready militarily?
Yes, but the Chinese, the Russians, the Iranians, people that really watch our military capability know that our military capability has been significantly degraded because we have not been invested in for a number of years, and it's going to take us a number of years to come out of that hole as well. But we still have significant capability, but it is not what it used to be.
And that falls on Congress to increase defense spending and defense funding, which the president wants to do.